everybody. I'm Garima Aggarwal. I'm an IPS probationer of 2018 batch. This year I've scored All India rank of 40. I have done my engineering from IIIT Hyderabad and my optional was philosophy in this attempt. Today I'm here to discuss my strategy for UPSC CSE examination. I remember when I started preparing for this exam, there were some small tips and tricks that I used to pick up from topper strategies and videos. So I hope that my strategy also helps you in any manner possible. So I'll be discussing majorly three issues in this video. First, a broad strategy for prelims, mains and interview. Second, what different I did this time to improve my rank, because that's the most frequent question I've been asked this time. And third, what beyond studies that can really help you secure a good rank in UPSC CSE. The most important part of my strategy was timetable. A consolidated timetable. I am somebody who cannot start to do things, not just studies but any other thing, without a to-do list or a timetable in my hand. On the first day of every month, I used to have a detailed timetable ready for entire month, which used to have monthly targets, daily targets and weekly targets, clearly with subjects, syllabus and sources I am going to read it from. When it comes to sources, I really believe in philosophy of minimum sources, maximum revision. So if I studied say 2 books for each subject last year, this year I reduced to even half. I really stick myself to 1 sources each and multiple times I revise those sources to get a perfection and ensure that there are minimum mistakes in the examination. Broadly, if I have to discuss my book list, so especially for prelims, it will be Lakshmikant for polity, Spectrum for modern India history, 11th and 12th geography books for geography, K. Shankar Ganesh for economy and Shankar IS for environment. Apart from that, current affairs booklets, question papers and those booklets on reports, indices, schemes also come very handy as far as prelims is concerned. Also, often people discuss prelims and mains separately. I genuinely believe that prelims and mains have to be studied integrated way. So when I used to study, for example, if I used to study polity and I am studying a topic of ordinance or precedent, I will read it keeping in mind that the same question can be asked in prelims and mains both. So have a holistic approach when you are studying so that you don't panic after clearing prelims and you just have 3 months to prepare for mains. However, last 1.5 or 2 months should be dedicated for prelims where you are only doing revision of your static and current portion and repeatedly solving multiple questions to get a flow of whether you are able to solve all 100 questions in 2 hours and with how much precision you are able to do it. Second important aspect of my strategy is questions, revision and revision via test. I can't tell you how important question papers are because in 2018 attempt I wasn't even sure whether I am writing this exam or not, because there was only 1 month's gap between result of 2017 and this year and I had already secured a rank of 241. So I had almost 15 to 20 days left for prelims preparation and question papers really came to the rescue. I would solve 2 to 3 question papers in a day and do something like a reverse engineering. So if I take up a question paper on modern India history, I will solve 2-3 question papers and analyze which are the sections I have completely forgotten, having negative marks in those areas. I will go back and revise that portion from a standard book that I have always been referring to. Questions are also important for mains because the syllabus is so vast that revision really becomes a key and tests really come to the rescue there. So I would study for a subject or a section entire week and I will ensure that on a Sunday or Saturday I will write a sectional test. This year I did something like a question marathon. So on a Sunday I would sit with a group of friends who are preparing for mains and from morning 9 to 5 I will only solve and write questions and discuss them immediately. So every Sunday I would solve at least 25 to 30 questions. And trust me, they really help you a lot in mains and you never know, a lot of questions that you discuss actually appear in the exam. So this can really help you a lot. And I would also like to mention how no matter how many coaching question papers you refer to, how many mock tests you give, how many mock interviews you give, nothing can beat importance of previous year UPSC questions, because only UPSC questions can decide and give you an idea of level of questions being asked in the final exam. Especially in case of prelims, you should be thorough with last 5 years question papers, and whether you believe it or not, some of the questions are repeated in one or the other way, especially in areas like geography. Third aspect of my strategy is current affairs, and we know that the exam is changing dynamically and current affairs are carrying a lot of weightage and importance. So the strategy would be to read, write and solve. Read newspaper with operatic regularity. I refer to only one newspaper, that is the Hindu, but I did read it. A lot of aspirants ask me that, ma'am, can we skip newspaper and just refer to one of the current affairs magazine? These magazines are important. They are supplements but not substitute to a newspaper. So please don't skip newspaper. Second, writing. One thing that really helped me in mains was to write 2 questions daily based on the current affairs of the day. If you manage to do this regularly, it will really help you in final exam. And third is solve. Solve prelims based question papers, questions based on the current affairs of the day. So there are a lot of online platforms that prepare some 10-15 questions every day based on the newspaper of the day. That will also help you in revising current affairs and prepping you for the exam, and giving you an idea of what is important and what is not important in the newspaper, because obviously entire paper is not important. Lastly, essay and optional. Trust me, these are pivotal factors in getting an interview call and in your final rank, because they carry a lot of weightage. I think my strength has always been essay and interview. I have scored 150 plus and 190 plus. I did not have a separate strategy for essay, but I would definitely recommend that do write 2 to 3 essays before final exam. As far as optional is concerned, I did put in a lot of efforts. I prepared consolidated notes. Notes making is extremely important as far as your optional is concerned, and also work on quality of your answer. It should, depth and quality is very important as far as optional is concerned. Apart from that, my detailed strategy for optional I have already discussed with DKT, so you can probably refer to that video where I am discussing philosophy optional in detail there. Now let us discuss the second part of this video, that is how to secure top 50 rank. When we all start preparing, we always have that dream rank in our mind, that under 10, under 50. Somehow rank 44 used to be my dream rank, and I could secure 40. A lot of aspirants are asking, how did you jump your rank from 240 to 40? What did I do differently? Firstly, when you are giving attempts, there are times you need to step back and look at things objectively, analyze your scorecard, that what are your strengths, weaknesses and what you need to improve. In my case, I realized that in case of GS, I really had to work on my speed and ensure that I attempt entire question paper. And as far as optional was concerned, I realized that I had to improve the quality of my answer. I worked on both these things. I tried to complete my papers this year and I got the result accordingly. So I would also like to say that each of you have your own strengths and weaknesses. Please analyze your previous performance, be it in a test or previous attempt at UPSC, and based on your own strengths, weaknesses, you derive your own strategy rather than imitating some topper strategy. Second thing, smart studies. Everybody talks about it, and trust me, smart studies is very, very important. What do I mean by smart studies? First, keeping the requirement of syllabus in mind. For example, gone are the days when for geography, just staring at the atlas for hours and just preparing maps entire day. No, you can be little smart. For example, for the same thing, when you pick up current affairs booklet for international relations, just look at the places that were in news, be it Mosul, Raqqa, all the places ISIS had acquired, and just observe those places on the map. That Jordan कहाँ है, सीरिया कहाँ है, मेडिटेरियन को कौन टच करता है. तो ऑल दीज प्लेसेस जो पूरे साल न्यूज़ में रही है, वही कहीं ना कहीं मैप बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस के रूप में प्रीलिम्स में आ जाती है या मेंस में आ जाती हैं. इसलिए वहाँ पर हम अपना समय बहुत ज़्यादा बचा सकते हैं. दूसरा एस्पेक्ट जो स्मार्ट स्टडीज़ का है, दैट डेलीगेशन. This year when I was preparing along with my training, which is a very, very rigorous IPS training, I tried to delegate some stuff. For example, I would discuss certain international relation issues with a friend who had an optional of PSIR. I would practice writing ethics questions with somebody who also had philosophy optional. So discussion, delegation, group work can also help you speed your process and preparation. Third aspect of smart studies would be that you also do a cost benefit analysis of each topic you are studying, because a lot of time you have paucity of time. If I have to honestly confess, probably I spent half the amount of time I prepared last time in my 2017 attempt, because I was doing it along with training and a lot other reasons. So in this case, when you have paucity of time, when you are preparing with job, you really have to analyze what is more important, what is less, where you are weak, where you are strong, where you have to spend more time. Just don't go on opening a book and spending hours on one topic without really analyzing what is important, what's not. So that is another element of smart studies. Now coming to interview part, so I think my interview score is the silver lining in my mark sheet last year and hopefully this year as well. The strategy would be to read at least 1 or 2 newspaper, watch a lot of news shows, because they kind of give you perspective, opinion and a way to express your thoughts in terms of words, not just in writing but orally. And be very thorough with DAF. Each and every word that you have written in DAF carries weightage in interview, and just be confident in yourself and you will be thorough with it. The prelims is around the corner, you just have 2 months or 1.5 months to go. I would say that please do not pick up anything new. Revise and consolidate everything that you have done throughout the year. Multiple revisions will ensure your confidence, and when you are confident in the exam, your negative marks are really minimized. And second, keep practicing questions at least till around May 15. Last 15 days should be kept just for revision, because when you repeatedly solve questions, you are really in that mode of giving prelims. So question papers and revision are 2 things that will be my key takeaways for prelims preparation that is coming this June. And lastly, that is what beyond studies, because UPSC is one exam where just study is not enough. Of course, there is an element of luck. I feel blessed that I got the result of all the hard work, patience I had put in. A lot of people prepare, or everybody is very well deserving, everybody works hard, but only few get selected. There is an element of blessing and luck, but apart from that, with preparation you should take care of 2-3 things. First is perseverance. Perseverance, one thing that despite all the ups and downs, struggles, you do not give up, you do not lose focus on your ultimate target. So if there are times when you feel lowest in your life, everything emotionally, physically, family wise is going wrong, you don't feel strong enough, and if that day you wake up, stand up and go write the test that you were scheduled to do, trust me, you will have your name in the rank list next year. So perseverance is very important. Second, support system. I think I have been extremely fortunate to have an amazing support system in terms of both family and friends. So all of you ensure that you have a close knitted support system. Do not think that आधा घंटा बात करने से पढ़ाई का time waste हो जाएगा, because we are humans after all, we are not machines. So we need to have those moments of time, ups and lows, and those people who give us that strength and confidence that we can do it. And last but not the least is confidence. One of the toppers videos that I watched when I started preparing for this exam, one of the toppers said, gave a quote that those who think they can and those who think they can't, both are usually right. That means if you think you can, you will, and if you think you can't, you will not. So just have faith, belief and confidence that you can, then definitely you will be able to do it, and I am sure you all will do very well. Do well, best of luck, lots of wishes. Thank you so much.